How to read anyone? Instantly. Have you ever felt totally fooled by someone's words? Like you thought you understood them, but later found out you missed what they were really feeling. It happens to all of us, because here's the truth. Nobody shows their real self all the time. We all wear masks to survive, to fit in, to be accepted. But what if those masks aren't as solid as they seem? What if the cracks are spilling the real story? Imagine if you could spot those tiny slips, read the real emotions behind the lies, and see through anyone's mask instantly. Today I'm going to share Nietzsche's 18 psychological truths that reveal exactly how people hide and how you can finally read them clearly. Before we dive deep, let me ask you, have you ever caught someone acting off but couldn't explain why? Well, stick around, because the most surprising truth, the one that changed how I connect with people forever, is coming up soon. The masks we wear. Why people hide their true selves. Let's start with a simple but powerful idea. Everyone wears a mask. Not a Halloween mask, a social mask. It's how we show the world what we want them to see. Why? Because deep down, being our true self can feel risky, vulnerable, scary. Think about your own life. How often have you held back your real thoughts or feelings just to avoid judgment or conflict? I bet it's more than you realize. Psychologists say this is normal. We all build versions of ourselves to survive and fit in. Nietzsche called this a necessary illusion. We're all actors on a stage, playing roles to meet expectations. But here's the catch. These masks aren't perfect. They crack, they slip, and that's where the truth leaks out. For example, have you ever noticed how someone might say, "I'm fine," but their eyes don't quite match the words? Or they laugh, but it feels forced. That's a mask slip, a moment when their real emotions peek through. These slips are golden clues, the real signals hidden beneath the surface. If you learn to spot them, you start to see people as they really are, not just the roles they play. Now, I want to share a quick story. A friend of mine once worked in sales. He was a master at reading clients, not just their words, but the tiny behaviors they couldn't hide. One time a client said they were happy with the deal, but kept fidgeting and avoiding eye contact. My friend trusted his gut and asked gently what was wrong. The client confessed concerns that saved the deal from falling apart. That's the power of seeing beyond the mask. It's not magic. It's paying attention to the small, honest signs that reveal what words try to hide. Here's a little joke. Why did the mask go to therapy? Because it was tired of pretending. But seriously, we all do it. Science backs this up too. Studies show that micro-expressions, those tiny involuntary facial movements, last less than a second, but reveal true feelings. The eyes, hands, even posture all spill secrets. So next time you talk to someone, try watching their eyes. Notice if their smile reaches their face or if their voice wavers. These little details matter more than words. But here's a twist. Sometimes what people hate most in others is actually what they're hiding in themselves. Sounds crazy? It's called psychological projection. We'll unpack that next. Why our judgments of others reveal more about us than them. Stick around, because understanding this will change how you see every argument, every conflict, every criticism.
2. Projection. What people hate in others is what they hide within. We've all been there, caught off guard by someone's harsh judgment or criticism. And maybe it stings because deep down you see a bit of yourself in what they say. Here's the surprising truth. When people point fingers, they're often revealing their own hidden struggles. Psychologists call this projection. It's like a mental defense mechanism. We dislike certain traits in ourselves so much, we push them onto others instead. For example, imagine someone who's secretly insecure about their own ambition. They might constantly mock others for being too pushy or trying too hard. But really, they're wrestling with that same drive inside. Let me share a story. I once met a manager named Lisa. very quick to criticize her team for lack of focus. Yet when you looked closer, Lisa herself struggled with procrastination and self-doubt. Her harsh words were actually a way to hide her own fears of failure. Here's a humor break. It's like that one friend who always says, "I'm not jealous," while sneaking peeks at your new car. We all know what's really going on. The key is learning to recognize when projection is happening, both in others and ourselves. When someone reacts strongly, ask yourself, could this be a mirror reflecting something within them? Here's a quick fact. Neuroscience shows that the brain's mirror neurons fire both when we act and when we watch others act. It means we're wired to pick up emotions and behaviors, including the ones we try to deny. Understanding projection lets you stay calm during conflicts. Instead of taking criticism personally, you see it as a clue to someone else's inner battle. It also opens the door for empathy. When you realize that harshness comes from pain or fear, you can respond with kindness, not anger. But projection isn't just about criticism. It shapes how we form relationships and trust. People often test others to see if they'll mirror their fears or accept their true selves. Which brings us to a powerful idea. The way someone treats the vulnerable around them shows their real character. That's what we'll explore in the next part. Why true strength lies in kindness to those who can't fight back. Stick with me, because this next insight will challenge everything you thought about power and respect. True strength shows in how people treat the vulnerable. Here's something most people miss. Real power isn't about muscle, money, or status. It's about how someone treats those who can't fight back, the quiet, the weak, the overlooked. Why? Because when no one's watching, that's when true character shines through. Think about a time you saw someone lose their temper at a waiter or ignore a homeless person. What did that tell you? It's easy to be kind to the powerful, but showing respect and patience to those with less, that takes strength. Let me tell you about Michael, a successful CEO I once interviewed. Everyone said he was tough and demanding, but during our talk he surprised me. He shared how he spends time every week volunteering at a shelter, and how that work keeps him humble, grounded, and grateful. He joked, "I might be the only CEO who's afraid of dirty dishes. Guess who does them at the shelter? Yep, me." Research supports this too. Studies find that empathy for the vulnerable is linked to better leadership and emotional intelligence. Here's a fact. When people treat others with kindness, even strangers, their brains release oxytocin. That's the good feeling hormone that builds trust and connection. So watching how someone acts in these moments can reveal their hidden values. Are they compassionate, patient, or just pretending? This helps you read between the lines, seeing not just what people say, but who they really are. But wait, this isn't the whole story. Often those who show cruelty or impatience are battling their own pain and trauma. Which leads us to another truth. Repeated behaviors are messages from the past, often from wounds we haven't healed. Coming up next, how childhood wounds shape who we become, and how understanding this changes everything. Stay tuned, because what you learn here could help you forgive and connect like never before.
Childhood wounds, how our past shapes who we are today. Now, here's a truth many avoid facing. Much of who we are, our fears, behaviors, even judgments, comes from wounds we picked up as kids. Our childhood isn't just a memory, it's the foundation of how we see the world and ourselves. Think about it. Have you ever noticed patterns in your behavior? Maybe you overreact to criticism or avoid conflict at all costs. These are often echoes from old pain. Take Sarah's story. She grew up with parents who rarely praised her, so as an adult, she constantly seeks approval, sometimes from the wrong people. Sarah joked once, "I'm so good at seeking approval, I should get a degree in it." But beneath the humor, it's a real struggle. Science backs this up. Neuroscience tells us that early experiences wire our brains, creating automatic responses like self-doubt or defense mechanisms. The good news? These patterns can change. Our brains are plastic, meaning they can rewire even in adulthood. Understanding childhood wounds helps us stop reacting out of fear or habit. It gives us the chance to choose better responses. More importantly, it helps us forgive ourselves and those who hurt us. That forgiveness is key to breaking cycles of pain. Here's a fact. People who process their childhood trauma tend to have healthier relationships and better emotional control. So next time you're tempted to judge someone or yourself, remember, there's often a story beneath the surface. Recognizing this not only helps you read people better, but also connects you deeper to your own growth. And here's the real kicker. When you heal your inner wounds, you start seeing others not as enemies, but as fellow travelers with their own stories. Up next, the surprising way our emotions reveal what matters most to us, even through anger and frustration. Keep watching, because this next insight will deepen your understanding of human nature in a way you didn't expect. How Ho'oponopono's certification can transform your inner world. After exploring these deep psychological truths, you might be wondering, how can you truly heal and move forward? That's exactly where the Ho'oponopono certification comes in. This isn't just another course, it's a powerful journey into cleansing your mind and heart, guided by world-class experts like Dr. Joe Vitale and Dr. Ihaleakala Hugh-Len. Imagine waking up each day feeling lighter, free from the burdens of old pain, resentment, and self-doubt. Picture yourself connecting with others on a deeper level, more compassion, more understanding, more peace. Ho'oponopono teaches a modern, practical technique to clear negative energy and rewrite your mental patterns. It helps you take full responsibility for your inner peace and happiness. And don't worry, it's not about chanting endlessly or mystical mumbo-jumbo. This is real, accessible, and grounded in both tradition and science. The course offers 8 detailed video lessons, a comprehensive guidebook, and tests that lead to an internationally recognized certification. Whether you want personal growth or become a professional coach, this program equips you with tools that truly work. Plus, you can learn at your own pace from anywhere in the world, no special background needed. Thousands have transformed their lives through Ho'oponopono, letting go of anger, healing relationships, and finding clarity. And here's the best part. You can join risk-free with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So why wait? If you're ready to break free from old patterns and step into a more peaceful, empowered version of yourself, this is your chance. Click the link below to learn more and start your journey today. Remember, the greatest transformation begins from within.